Hello everyone and welcome to another Hands of Omega console review with me, John Parker, and
me, Jack Cowling, and today we have...
me, Cody Chronotis.
Great to have you with us again, Cody. So for this video, we are literally taking a step back in time ourselves and revisiting a very old console called the Victorian. But, well, it's called the Victorian build. Released in about 2007, did you say, John?
somewhere there. We'll verify it later when we do the inspect.
So you can understand and appreciate that it is fairly old, therefore it's not going to be completely meshed up. Well, actually, no, it isn't meshed up at all. So it's going to be very prim based.
All prim and all texture based.
All prim and texture based. Well, there you have it. So we're going to have a look and give our opinions on it. So John, take it away.
Okay then. So the first thing, of course, I'm going to do is going to have in land the exterior. Now I don't have it in the ATI HUD, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our public resa, which I have put it in. So I'm going to use remote land, mine, HQ and shop, and when it decides to show up the options. The exterior that comes with the Victorian is the first Doctor's exterior. Oddly enough, there wasn't a specific custom one, but I have never had the first Doctor's, so this will be interesting to see. There it is. Yeah. And if you're wondering, guys, we are at the under construction TSG HQ that I'm working on, the new location.
Whoops.
And Jack, you just moved to the exterior. So that's what happened, guys, when you move into a physical object in Second Life.
Hang on, let me just push it back for you.
You can't. Let me enable physics. This is a perfect demonstration of the ATI, by the way. Physics. There you go. Oh no, that's not how you do physics. Okay, I can't do it that way. I'll have to do it this way. Right, try it now.
It's very...
Oh god. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. Okay. So so yes, guys, this is the exterior. Now remember, this is a very old build, and I think this is oh, that's interesting.
What's that?
Okay, so the exterior that comes with it is much more newer. It's a mesh, for example, for starters, and it was made in 2012, 2013.
Yeah, that's great. That's because they would have updated that to go with the heart when they did that.
Yeah.
I think as well, John, we've actually covered this before as well.
Have we?
We've actually covered the mesh hot
it looks very similar to NLS's style of building, doesn't it? Because the way the windows are done.
Well, yeah.
It's not NLS's because it was made by Sen, but it looks similar. You know, because as I said, this isn't baked mesh. By the looks of it, this was originally done in prim.
No.
So.
Well, either way,
regardless.
I'm pretty sure we've covered this before in a previous review, mainly because this has been around for quite a long time now. So, yeah. So we won't really need to focus much attention on the exterior itself. So we might as well just go in and start the console itself.
Let's go.
Here we go.
God.
Oh, blimey, now this is definitely a blast from the past.
I think I haven't got the power on.
Ah, yes, you have got the power on. It's making a power sound.
Yeah, but that's because I summoned it.
But it's a very subtle power sound.
Let's just verify that. Oh, I better turn my volume up.
Wow, look
there we go, guys.
Look how flat it is.
There we go. Sounds are up. Right, let me see. Is there a light switch somewhere?
I was just gonna say, look for the lights.
Why don't you bring up the control map?
What's it called?
It'll be called like Victorian control layout or something. Or that.
Ah, there we go.
Right. So we've got.
You will have to look at you will have to look at the eye controls and the zero room controls because they are specific to this console.
There's no light switch.
Nice.
There's no light switch.
No, there's no light.
There's no
broken takeoff power system, security flight system, main doors, outside doors, rob layer. There's no light switch.
What?
I don't believe you.
No.
What is this one called? Security, Victorian, power systems, lever.
What?
What you can do, you could rename one of the things to light. You shouldn't have to do that, but... What the fuck? God damn it, Sen.
Let's try this as lights, because it might not have any light.
Whoa!
Okay. Wait. So why did that? Oh.
Because that was the one that was labelled as being broken takeoff.
But it wasn't labelled as that. It was called lever.
Yeah, it was just called lever.
And there's no scripts in it, so how the hell did it know? Well, anyway, that was broken takeoff.
Wow,
even though
it's terrifying, man.
Didn't really take off. Okay, so let's take it off then.
Why is there no light control?
It's behind me. Very basic static texture there.
So there we go, guys. This is the Victorian in flight. And as I said, it is very primmy, very textury. You'll notice that most stuff is like flat textures with transparent parts. I mean, look at that. That texture's gone a bit weird there, hasn't it?
Although
like dirt on glass.
Although I have to admit, the door bit here, I do like. I thought that's a nice little giving effect. I'm telling you, in mesh, that would be pretty nice. Whoop,
if this entire thing was remade in mesh, it would be absolutely divine. I think.
Be nice, yeah.
I would probably change a few things to do with the centre section, only because these pipes coming down into the corners of the TARDIS don't make sense. Well, that's just me. It just doesn't work.
Bearing in mind it is a 2007 build, so you know.
Well, we say that. Let's find out actually what the earliest date this is located as. So we've got 2006. Most of these prims were made in 2006, late 2006, early 2007, I guess. Yeah.
I wasn't even in high school at that point.
No, it's 2006. So yeah, we were in primary school. So, well, actually, no, we'd only just started. No, we wasn't. No, we was early in primary school.
You were still there.
Huh. But anyway, here we go.
So what have we actually got in this place? Because I'm seeing like multiple different rooms and whatnot.
It's there's an extra.
You do get a lot of extra space, which is nice. Right?
It is actually quite nice.
There are a couple of things about this console that are nice.
Another problem. These are oval shapes, and if they're meant to be roundels, I don't like roundels that are oval. They have to be round to me. That's why they're called roundels.
I'd say that's stretched.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't know whether it is just one whole thing though. Is that one whole thing?
Why is there an add-on resin here?
Yeah, that's one whole texture. Has that been? Huh? It must be just the way it was built.
That is a very good question, because I don't see no door to add anything to.
Like, unless this wall is supposed to vanish? No, the wall doesn't vanish. Yeah, no, I don't know why there's an add-on resin right there.
Where is the add-on resin? Oh, there.
In the wall.
That is...
I suppose you can knock the wall out, can't you, and do what you like with it.
I suppose this... I think... Could this be like a very, very early version to like Hands of Omega then? Like when they were first kind of...
yeah, this should be like the starting... What amazes me, if I can access the scripts... Yeah. So, Sen updated all consoles... Pardon?
Yeah.
All consoles to the new system. So he must have rezzed this out and gone, wow, this is old. And then updated them all.
You must have looked at it and gone, oh god, it's this thing, and still done it.
Yeah, it's this thing. We don't talk about this thing, but I better update it before they complain.
Now, John, where's the lever for the for this place? Because this is really attracting me at the moment.
That
is the eye. Have a look.
Eye.
Yeah, that. Was that a guess?
Partly.
I take it this is their take on the Eye of Harmony, then I imagine.
Honestly, this is one of the nicer features about this console.
Just turn the thing off. Is this really the eye? Because it's not very bright.
I think
Oh, it is, yeah.
their
It's-
take.
It was
I
their
think that's
take,
what
yeah.
the
If I
fog
turn
was
the
for.
thing off, the fog
Yeah.
is going to act as the
I
energy
think,
coming out of it.
yeah.
You can definitely tell this is a 2006 build. It's so old that the particle effects they're using, the textures in, it's all very
Although,
basic.
I have to agree, this is a very nice feature, because especially when you have this this door closed, obviously you can see through the windows, and it kind of gives a nice kind of a glare effect when you look through, so you can see there's some sort of activity going on in there. You know, it makes it seem more alive, if you get what I mean.
Don't get me wrong, this is an interesting build, but
I quite like the way it's controlled via the console instead of it just being a door which you can open and close.
Yes.
I like the fact that it is part of this room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is one of the few good things about this.
so that's zero room door. Leave a scanner screen, leave a eye cover, and eye room door. Right, I see. So eye cover, that is. So when you pull that, it's meant to open up the eye.
You know,
What's zero room door do?
it opens the door to the zero room, which is upstairs.
Oh.
It moves one of the bookcases out the way and opens the door.
Ah, that's a good point. Is this another empty room? That's an empty room.
That's an empty room, but the zero room is this one round here.
You know what? Has anyone actually designed a console yet with 3D mesh books?
These rounds
Bookcases.
are burning my eyeballs. I think NLS did it with their Capaldi.
Ah,
They released the bookcases with actual books on.
wow. I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. It's so bright in here.
Unfortunately, the midnight setting was making my avatar look really dark in that light.
Yeah,
Well,
mine's
you are
dark
really
as well.
If you're ever wondering, guys, why we set the environment to midnight, it's just so you can get all the effects from the lights.
You just shot him in.
What?
You shot Jack in. It's like, I'll just shut the door on him.
I'm alive, I'm alive.
Any other controls? I don't want to look at the picture. I can't be bothered.
I don't.
Sim scanner. If I pull that lever, I suppose it's going to tell me who's here.
I
No,
don't
it's
think
not.
I don't think you get anything different from what you get with
AV scanner, main doors, roleplay.
with the normal Who console, other
Yeah.
than the eye controls, which are very nice.
John, I'm being
Don't
sucked
look
out.
into that, you'll die.
Oh shit! La 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 la.
Goodbye, Jack.
And now he's in blush, which is a feature of the Hands of Omega system.
Welcome to Hands of Omega, where if you try to walk out the console while it's in flight, you will die.
No, you end up in blush.
I still,
Yeah. So don't blush about that.
Never understood why you go to blush.
I never understood either. Either that or it's a pre-programmed code snippet thing that they put in, just random.
Wait, what are these power things? One sec. Pull that.
But yeah, as Cody's already said, the controls in this thing is going to be absolutely no different to what current consoles are. Obviously, besides the odd different things, that's mainly it. Now, of course, design-wise, I won't pick up too much on this, but obviously, it is not a build. Therefore, it is very blocky and flat. But of course, you have to appreciate the times. As that is
Personally,
exactly
what I would suggest to our viewers is,
Mm-hmm.
if you like the design of the console, and you're not bothered by the fact it's all prim, it's only using textures, there's not much physical 3D prims, back then of course to save on prim count. If you're not bothered by any of that, go ahead and get it. If you do like the design and you do like it, we're not stopping you, of course.
Also,
Do what you like. But personally, I myself, not my favourite, because I am used now to the newer mesh consoles, and therefore I prefer them, obviously.
true,
But I do like the design, and if this was turned into mesh, I mean,
it would be
Yeah.
nice. But if you
Yeah.
are on like a parcel of land that is very low in prim count,
yes,
then it is
because this
ideal to
thing,
use something like this.
is 128.
It's also got a very big footprint.
It's got quite a big footprint. Yeah, it is quite.
Because we're on a homestead, and the platform the HQ is on is a full sim, and this is actually quite a big footprint for a console.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the map, for example, that is pretty huge. So it's good for a big
If you
area.
look at the map, you can see his my TARDIS on the ground.
It's good for a big area of land that doesn't have a lot of prim care, but if you own a parcel, for example, which is quite small, with also a lot of prim care, then unfortunately you're not going to benefit a lot from having a console of this size, because even though that you got the extra rooms and the zero room and the eye as well, it's kind of taken up a lot of room. I personally would not have. I'd create I think a downstairs feature would be more ideal, rather than having two sides. Because
close to a few madman.
I thought we were going to see some red. No red lights. No.
No. But what I will say is there is a cool feature about this console. This left button here is the panel open button. If I click it, the panel opens and reveals circuitry.
Oh. Okay. That's not too bad. So a simple texture change there.
That would be kind of...
I don't even think it's that. No,
that's turned that entire panel invisible. That would be nice on a mesh console.
Oh god, yeah. Although
that flat circuitry is sort of
like all meshed out and stuff, yeah.
Although we're talking a lot of land impact now, aren't we? I suppose.
Well, it depends, because it depends on the LEDs that you use.
True.
But yeah.
But no, other than that,
is there anything else that we can think of? In fact, that wasn't what I meant to do. Ignore that. Let me just pull up the.
Yeah, actually, because you've done that, one good point I do want to add is that even to this day, the Hands of Omega I don't see or understand why they haven't put red lights in their console.
Because this is an odd argument that many people have when you talk about it in the group and what have you. Some consoles will have it when it suits the console, but I don't think that they recognise it as a canon thing. We have seen it in the show, but it's not often seen.
Okay, but my argument there would be is that the cloister bell is pretty significant in the World of Doctor Who, because that is a big thing. If you hear that cloister bell go, then there is seriously something wrong. Mm-hmm. So even if it isn't red lights, it would have been nice for them to do something weird. They haven't got to be red lights, just do something weird. Things Hands of Omega, they don't do anything. It's just a noise.
Yeah, or even provide the option to have the lights. Even make it so that there isn't,
Although,
because how in Hand of Omega you can mod the descriptions of the individual prims.
Yeah.
So there's an option to turn on a cloister bell effect for that particular prim if you want to make that light effect. But...
Although going back on that point I just made, probably shouldn't have just said Hands of Omega really, because I can't speak for all the consoles. Because I do believe some of them do have some sort of feature when it comes to cloister bell. Am I correct?
Unless they have used red lighting before.
No, I mean, have Hands of as HOO actually used any at all on their console?
Yeah, I've seen it happen once, at least once. I remember it.
I think their Smith 2 console has it.
Okay, well, in that case, then I can't speak
sure
for
about
all
that?
of them.
I don't. No. Smith 2 doesn't. I think the original Smith does, though.
Yes,
yeah,
it does.
Yes,
I remember.
I have that. Yeah.
Oh, and the Tenant.
Yes.
Okay, so going back on that, a bit of an invalid point there.
I thought the Smith 2 did have it. I thought the gantry lights went red, and I thought it went a little
that
more red in general. No. I thought Who did it as well.
I don't recognise it. But...
NLS have their consoles go red, but the only one that goes majorly red was the Capaldi.
Yes.
What about the classic?
I think that one did have something as well. Yeah, that definitely did have something. I remember.
I think their Mark IIs go like more red as well. I think that's something they've added in, because even the roundels go red now in like most of the consoles, which is very nice.
Does the classic Capaldi have that feature as well?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it does, because if I remember correctly, all the purple and the blue lights just suddenly turned into some weird kind of thing. So I think so.
Anyway, guys. So as you can
well
see,
off topic.
this is an old console, so you can get it if you want. We can do a score to say how we think about it nowadays, or even what it would be like to have it back then in
Although,
2006.
don't take these scores to heart.
Yeah,
basically.
don't take it to heart, because this is so old now. It's a relic. So if you want it, get it. And our scores don't really mean that much. But to help, do our normal review style, I personally would give the exterior, because it's the mesh PV.1, a 7.
Yep.
And I'd give the interior of this console, thinking of it back then, a 6. I think a 6 or a 7. That's probably a 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Cody, what would you give the exterior?
Well, because obviously the exterior is much newer by comparison. I quite like the first Doctor exterior from Who. So that's 7, 8.
Yep. And for the interior?
See, because of the few slight unique features that this has, it's sort of redeemed itself in a way. Because if it didn't have those unique features, and looking at it from now's point of view, not then's point of view, it's really not up to scratch. But because of the couple of unique, I'll speak English, features, I have to say it's got to be a 6 or 7.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I'd give the exterior an 8. Yeah, I like it, and we have reviewed it before, so I do definitely like it. For the interior, more importantly, I would give a 7. Mainly because, obviously, it is outdated a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. The features in itself, they are pretty cool and amazing. I like them. And the only downside I'd say is that having the 2 rooms on the side, I think it would have been ideal to have one block underneath. Basically, that would just then save a lot of room, because you've got 2 rooms just sticking out like a sore thumb. And you're wasting all that space.
They're actually separate pieces. So if you owned the console, you could
delete them.
Them.
I was just going to say as well, all these like doorways, little doorways all around the console that act like roundels. If they were mesh, what that could have been is literally a little section at the back there, and then when you click it, the whole 3D doorway hatch opens out, and that could be for all of them. That would have been a really cool effect.
I wouldn't have done that for one reason, because the main thing with roundels is that they're there for they're meant to be eye-catching, right? Having to click on them to open them and then show some sort of light behind them is a bit kind of tedious.
I was thinking more of a compartment, but
well, no, I think for roundels, what they should do if they ever do it in mesh is get rid of the case, the lid, for example, and put like a glowing orb in there. I think that would look fantastic if they did that. A glowing orb for each.
As I said, I mean, if HO ever get around to doing something similar to this console in mesh, there's a lot you could do with it. Particularly like this massive like vault door. Can you imagine that in mesh? All of this intricate detail. I'd love it. Absolutely love it.
That would be nice.
Folks, that is the end of our review video. We'll conclude right there. And
thank you, Devon Hassan, for the suggestion to do this console.
Yep. So thank you, folks, for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you again in the next video. So until then, see you soon. Take care. Thank you, Cody, for joining us. And remember,
let your geek side out, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That is all we have for today, folks.
Join us again next week on another Saturday Geeks video to find out what adventure we embark on next.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and comment on the video below. Remember to subscribe so you can keep up to date with our latest videos.
Till next time.
Take care, stay safe, and remember,
let your geeky side out.
Toodle pip.